Hello everyone, I'm Jesse Kroll. Welcome to Tommy Media's The Locker Room. A trip to the national championship will be on the line Saturday when St. Thomas hosts Wisconsin Oshkosh. This is the Tommy's second straight trip to the semifinals after crushing Hobart last weekend. Fifth-ranked Oshkosh upset third-ranked Linfield in a thrilling come-from-behind victory Saturday in Oregon. I'm joined today by Coach Glenn Caruso and quarterback Sean Hamlin. Thanks for joining us, guys.
You're welcome. Good to be here.
Coach, like I said, Oshkosh had a thrilling victory over Linfield. How does their momentum affect your team?
Try not to focus too much on their momentum because there's nothing we can do to control it. What we try and do is stay as consistent as we can. I think so far through the playoffs we've done that. There have been bumps along the way, but I think the mental toughness and the consistency mentally of the players has allowed us to stave that tide a little bit. But at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about how they're feeling, and I'm sure they're feeling good about themselves as they should with that unbelievably emotional victory last week.
Sean, last week you broke up a pass and had 2 tackles. What kind of effectiveness or problems do the Oshkosh wide receivers present for you?
Well, obviously the Oshkosh offense is a very good group, and the quarterback's a stud, and they have a first-team all-region receiver. And just doing our job to the best of our ability is always preached on the defense, and I know our defensive backcourt can really do that, so I know we'll be in good hands.
Coach, last week you dominated every asset of the game, the offensive side, the defensive side, the special teams.
Right.
Do you think, how far are you going to step up that team to beat Oshkosh?
Well, a lot of it, the feel of the game was one that we only got about 3 times this year. So when things are really all clicking, we played some really nice games this year, but last week was one of those where everything was clicking, like you said, all 3 phases. And I think it's so important to understand that they feed off of each other. Fortunately for us, we've been able to play our better football as the year goes on. And what I've realized and what our team understands is when we first went to the playoffs the first couple of years and we made some runs, especially that first year, I don't know if we were mentally prepared for that long run, a 13 and 14 game season, and sometimes it wears on you. But I think what the experience of the last 4 years has done, now our seniors are playing in their 14th playoff game alone. And I think what that does is it allows you to temper the season so that you can continue to move in an upward manner. And we certainly have done that at the end of the season and working into our playoffs, and pretty happy about that.
Sean, just like Hobart, Oshkosh is a run-heavy style of offense. How do you think you're going to make that offense throw the ball more?
Well, our defense is always focused on stopping the run first and hustling the football and swarming tackles and everything. So I think our defense, if we just keep up what we've been doing every game plan by stopping the run, I think we will get Oshkosh to throw the ball a little bit more.
They'll definitely get you guys a victory. And now it's time for this week's fan question. Freshman Alex Fiddler wants to know, Coach, how does the coach's mentality change when it gets to the win or go home situation?
Really doesn't matter much what my mentality is. It matters what their mentality is. I think the coaches play such a small part in it when it comes to the game day. But it's so easy for a lot of coaches during the year to say this is a must-win. We don't believe during the season there's anything as a must-win game. Obviously, quite logistically, in the postseason there is, because if you don't do your job, then you're done playing, as the other 234 teams are. So it makes it so much easier, even though that's not a focus of ours, but it makes it so much easier for us to be on edge because we understand that either we perform now or we go home. And I think that's why this team has had so much success, is because we don't talk about that during the season. And the teams that we've had understand that once it gets to be playoff time, if you want to earn your time together as a family for next week, you got to put out on game day. And our guys have done that.
You guys will definitely put out on game day.
Hope so.
If you have a question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Be sure to check TommyMedia.com for the latest campus news. Thanks for tuning in. With Coach Glenn Caruso and Sean Hamlin, I'm Jesse Kroll. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.